Alright, in a previous lesson we talked about octave patterns, but there's a different way you can look at octaves on the fretboard. Uh, there are 12 different notes in music. So if you count from 0, as in the open string, all the way up the fretboard, you realize that once you've gotten to 11th fret, you've already played all the notes. All the notes are right here. Now, when we get up to the 12th fret with our double dot inlay, we find that that note is the same note as the open string. It's just at a higher pitch, or it's an octave higher. This is a visual octave for you. The open string, add 12 to that, and you have your octave. So if we went to the first fret, if you go 1 plus 12, that's 13. So on the 13th fret, we have the same note, which is an F. Now, what does this mean exactly? Well, as you can see in figure 2, if you take a snapshot of this fretboard, the 12th fret, cut it in half, right there between the 11th and 12th fret, you could take this whole piece up here, line it up with this, and it'll be a smaller scale, but the 12th fret, of course, will be your open strings, and then everything else falls just in line here. It falls just in line with the bottom of the fretboard. So up here, it's almost like you have a mini fretboard. So that just means that anything that you can play down here, you can play up here at a higher pitch. Now, if you look at figure 3, we have our lead pattern in the key of F sharp. Now, that's not all we can play though, because we can slide everything up 12 frets and play it at a higher pitch. So it makes it a different sound. It's of course at a higher pitch, so it's going to sound different. But different parts of the fretboard make different sounds, and everybody wants to go up there and play those high solos. And once you kind of know how to play it down here, it's usually no problem to play it up here. The dot inlays, I mean, they line right up. This is like your 3rd fret dot inlay is the same as your 15th fret dot inlay. So 3 plus 15 is 12, and so on. All the dot inlays line up, and sometimes if your fretboard goes up high enough, you'll have another set of double dot inlays. So if you use the visuals given by the dot inlay, and you remember that those same shapes apply up here, then you should be good to go. It takes a little getting used to playing up this high up, and depending on your guitar, different parts of it, it might be hard, if you don't have a cutout like right here, or there's lots of factors involved. But it can get a little challenging when you get way up here, because you got different stuff behind your guitar impeding you, and you can get off a note fairly easy because the frets are so small. But it's something cool and fun to add, and you definitely should try it, incorporating it in your playing. And in our next lesson, I'll show you a few tactics you can use, to transition from down here to all the way up here. And I think you'll enjoy that lesson as well. So we'll see you then.